Alrighty, hi everybody. Today we're going to talk about objective 3.6, which is about using angle relationships to find the missing angles in parallel lines cut by transversal algebraically. So we've been dealing with parallel lines cut by transversal in 3.5. Now we're going to be doing the same thing, but we're going to be dealing with algebraic expressions, okay? So let's take a look at two examples. So number one, find each angle in the order given and state a reason for each. Okay, so here, this is what we're given. Measure of angle 4 is 5x minus 10, and measure of angle 6 is 3x plus 60. So I know that this angle right here is going to be represented by 3x plus 60. And I know that this angle right here, angle 4, is going to be represented by 5x minus 10. Now, I need to find the measure of angle 4 and the measure of angle 6. Now the reason, or the way I'm going to find it is I'm going to set 5x minus 10 equal to 3x plus 60. Now the reason I know I can do this is because angle 4 and angle 6 are equal. And the reason I know that is because they are alternate interior. So since they're alternate interior and since M and N are parallel, I can set these equal to each other because I know that their measurements have to be equal, so I can set them equal to each other. Similar to when we were dealing with vertical angles in the a couple lessons ago, right? All right, so now I'm just going to solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 3x on both sides. Okay, these are going to cancel. We're going to be left with 2x minus 10 equals 60. Okay, whoops. We're going to add 10 to both sides. Okay, these are going to cancel. And then after we add 10 to both sides, we're going to be left with 2x plus 70, 2x equals 70. And then after I divide both sides by 2, I'm going to get x equals 35. Now, x equals 35, that is not my angle measurement. Okay? X equals 35 is not my angle measurement. I have to remember that I have to plug that x into both of my expressions. So angle 4 is represented by 5x minus 10. So I'm going to take my 35 and plug it in for x. Okay, 5 times 35 gives us 175. 175 minus 10 gives us 165. Okay, measure of angle 6 should be 165 as well because we know they're equal, but let's just check to be sure. So 3x plus 60. When I plug in 35 for x, let's see what we get. So 3 times 35 gives us 105. 105 plus 60 gives us, again, 165. So, again, the only reason I did that was to check, to make sure I was correct. So now I know both of these angle measurements. All right? I know that they're both 165. Okay? I know the directions said to answer the questions in the order given, but we don't have to do that if you don't want. Okay? I'm going to plug in 4 equals 165 and 6 equals 165. And the reason is because they're alternate interior to each other. Okay, so now we can go ahead and solve for the rest of them. Okay, since we know the measure of 2 of the angles, I can solve for the measure of all of them. So the first one they're asking us for is angle 1. Okay, angle 1 is going to be whatever 180 minus 165 is because they're supplementary to each other. Let me erase that and make it a different color. So angle 1 is going to be 180 minus 165. 180 minus 165 is going to give me 15. Okay, so angle 1 is 15. And the reason is because it's supplementary to angle 4. Okay, they add up to 180. Angle 2 is going to be, well, let's see. Angle 2, there's two ways I can do it. The first way I can say is, okay, angle 2 is supplementary to angle 1. It forms a straight line. Okay? Or I can say angle 2 is vertical to angle 4, so they have to be equal. So angle 2, no matter how I do it, is going to be 165. And the reason is because it's vertical to angle 4. And vertical angles are always equal. Okay? Angle 3 is 15 because it's vertical to 1. Angle 1. Okay? Now, angle 5. Angle 5, there's a bunch of different ways I can figure out the measure of angle 5. No matter how we do it, angle 5 is going to be 15. So there's a couple things we can write. We can write it's supplementary to angle 6, so it has to equal 180. Or we can say it's alternate interior to angle 3. So angle 5 is going to be 15, and there's a couple different reasons, again, that you can write. I'm going to write that it's alternate interior to angle 3. Okay, so it's 15. And the reason is because it's alternate interior to angle 3. Okay? All right, angle 7. Let's see. Angle 7 is right here. All right? There's a bunch of different reasons or a bunch of different ways you can find angle 7. I'm going to write that angle 7 is 15 because it's alternate exterior to angle 1. You can also write that it's corresponding to angle 3. You can also write that it's vertical to angle 5. You can pretty much write any of those. But I'm going to write angle 7 is 15 because it's alternate exterior to angle, what was that again? Let's see. Angle 7 was alternate exterior to angle 1. Okay? So you could have written alternate exterior to angle 1. You could have written corresponding to 3. You could have written vertical to 5. You could have written supplementary to 6. Okay? Any one of them would be fine. Last but certainly not least, angle 8. Angle 8 is going to be 165. And again, there's many, many different reasons you can write. I'm going to write that it's alternate exterior to 2. So it's 165. And the reason is it's alternate exterior to angle 2. Okay? So that's the first example right here. Okay? Now the next one, I'm going to go a tiny bit faster. I'm not going to fly through it, but I'm going to go a little bit faster because, we already went through one, okay? So now we have one more. We have this diagram. This is what we're given right here, that M and N are parallel. This line means parallel, by the way. These two lines mean parallel. Okay? T's are transversal, and measure of angle A is represented by 5x minus 28, and the measure of angle C is represented by 3x plus 12. So the first question is, how are angle A and C related? Well, they're alternate interior angles. Okay? They're on different sides of the transversal, and they're on the insides of our parallel lines. So since they're alternate interior angles, I know they're going to be equal. So it's going to be a very similar start to the previous problem. We're going to take 5x minus 28, and we're going to set it equal to 3x plus 12. All right, now we're going to solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 3x on both sides. On the right, my 3x's are going to cancel. We're going to be left with 2x minus 28 equals 12. Okay, I'm going to add 28 to both sides. On the left, my 28's are going to cancel. 12 plus 28 gives us 40, so we have 2x equals 40. And then after I divide both sides by 2, I'm going to get x equals 20. All right. Now that does not mean that the measure of angle A is 20 and that the measure of angle C is 20. Again, I need to take my 20 and plug it in for both of these expressions. So angle A is represented by 5x minus 28. So I'm going to take my x as 20 and plug it in for x. Okay, 5 times 20 gives me 100. And 100 minus 28 gives us 72. So that means that angle A, the measurement is 72 degrees. And angle C should be 72 as well, but let's just check our work. So 3x plus 12, 3 times 20 plus 12. 3 times 20 gives us 60. 60 plus 12 indeed gives us 72. So both of these angles are going to be 72 degrees. Okay? All right. So now we have everything we need to solve for for all these missing angles. So the next one they're asking us for is B. So B is going to be 72 again because it's vertical to A. Okay, vertical angles are equal. So B is 72 because it's vertical to A. All right. Now angle H. Angle H, guess what? That's also going to be 72. The reason is because it's alternate exterior to angle B. So H is going to be 72 because it's alternate exterior to angle B. Okay, G. G is right here. Okay, G is going to be whatever 180 minus 72 is because they are supplementary. So G is going to be 108. And the reason is because it's supplementary to H. You can also write its same side exterior to B if you wanted. So angle G is going to be 108. And the reason is it's supplementary to angle H. All right, let's see, angle D. Angle D is right up here. D is also going to be 108. And there's a bunch of different reasons you can write, but I'm going to write alternate exterior to G. Okay, angle E. Angle E is also going to be 108. There's a bunch of different reasons you can write. I'm going to write that it's vertical to D. So angle E is 108 because it's vertical to angle D. And then last but not least, angle F. Angle F is right here. Angle F is going to be 108 as well. There's a bunch of different reasons you can write, but I'm going to write that it's corresponding to D. Okay, remember corresponding angles are angles that are on the same side of the transversal and are on the same position on the parallel lines, meaning they're either both above or both below. Okay, so D and F are corresponding. They're on the same side of the transversal, they're both above. And also A and H are corresponding. They're on the same side of the transversal and they're both below the parallel lines. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that is Objective 3.6. As always, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions.